Can you pull up YouTube and check that we're streaming properly?
Check.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
I don't see anything on the screen yet, but it might be a delay.
No, it's not showing up in the OBS yet either. It says that it's streaming from the window. Now it says device not connected. Window capture.
Changed its mind.
Discord EXE, general Discord, but it's not displaying. Wow.
I am making so much noise. I can hear it when you're in. I apologize for my
Good
ruckus.
noise.
Yeah, I'm actually picking out the dice I'm using without
Wow.
being at your place. I have dice now. Thank you again to your parents, Percy.
Hello?
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 Window
Do
capture.
display capture.
Display capture would be the whole.
Yeah, but if it's not working, then that's the one way to make it work. I don't know why.
Haven't we done this twice already?
That's 2 times, and how long ago was that?
Well,
That makes no difference.
Yeah.
window. I think it's because
Yes!
Heather's playing a video game.
And I won.
Which one?
The
What is that?
Distill something. It's an app. It's a gotcha app.
Flying gorilla.
Is it Dislight?
Is it the one with the hot gods?
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Was that a yes? Right?
Okay, there we
I
go.
believe so, yes.
Yeah, it's that one.
I've seen good things about it.
Yeah.
I think we're up.
Heard. I myself have not played the game.
It is pretty good. I do enjoy it.
Nice.
Just waiting on Jamie. Dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
boy, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Can't wait to get back to my secret shenanigans.
You always have secret shenanigans.
Yes, but now I get to inflict them upon you. Will looks like a whole streamer.
Yeah.
Streamer Will era?
It came with a stand. That's it.
We know you sell bathwater on the side.
Absolutely.
Sir Edward looking fetching as always.
Love the commitment to character.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Does Edward just have like 5 suits of the same thing? That's what you wear? Yes. At least you own multiple clothes.
Yeah. I could only own the one
Will
shirt.
doesn't even own clothes.
The same one shirt stayed in puke and every.
No, the tavern keeper took it away and cleaned it for you.
Oh yeah, the other one's now stayed in blood and mud.
Mud blood?
Yeah. I was about to say, isn't Fimo wearing clothes that, like, Sekka gave her?
The vomit stained one I think was the second one, and then there was the next era of the tavern keep one who just looked at her and was like, ugh.
See.
Have we
That's
ever
my
watched
bad.
that?
I forgot the timeline.
Out here being cold in June, you're not allowed.
We are
cold
going
in my
through a
room,
heat
and I'm
wave
wearing
right
shorts,
now.
and I have
There's
no
a
clean
heat
socks.
advisory.
I did not get a word of that. I'm so sorry.
There's a heat advisory out right now. Also, it was 97 degrees earlier.
It was. I know that I had KSU orientation today and involved quite a lot of walking around outside.
Oh, orientation.
I did it virtual.
Really fun.
It's supposed to.
You did it virtual?
On
Yeah.
Wednesday.
I was like, oh, no way in hell am I going into another orientation.
Thunderstorm warning.
You don't find orientation like nostalgic?
No.
That was
It's too fresh for y'all?
the first orientation I actually went to in person.
My orientation
But
was useless.
Came to Southern at 2020, so they did like virtual SOAR, which was bull.
Wow,
it
you
was
people.
bad enough in person.
I paid $75 for them to tell me stuff I already know. They're like, do you know how to register for a class? Here, put this URL into your computer. Now click load. And now go down
That's
to
the most important part.
You make it sound like paying for stuff you already know isn't already college.
Duh.
Some of us aren't art majors. No, I'm just kidding. I learned about Mendel's P plants like a dozen times. Yeah, I
I
know.
was about to say, every single science class I've ever taken has started with the same "what's the scientific method" lesson. So
I'm so pale on this camera. Jesus.
Yeah, that's how real life works.
When you're looking at the camera?
you blend in with your wall, Heather.
Heather, you're always pale.
I don't
To
need
be fair, Percy, you also blend in with the wall.
I know.
Person has a bit more color.
I think I'm just in the shadow. Heather's more directly under the light. I'm a bit further back.
Let's see.
Ray,
Oh my god! Oh,
Yes.
disgusting.
did you see that they did represses of all the MCR vinyls? They're at Walmart
Did not
right
see
now.
that. That's insane.
Considering buying a record player just so I can get
I was about to say, everyone gets hyped about that, but I don't know anyone who owns a record player.
I was about to say, even if I bought one, I just have to hang it on the wall or something. I don't own a vinyl player, and I'm not gonna lie, as cool as that would be, I don't want to spend the money on one. Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta go get food.
That would be fun for when you have guests home. It's like, oh man, we gotta bring out the fine stuff. Playing MCR on vinyl. We got official MCR Fine China.
I would buy the official MCR Fine China.
Hello, visitor. We got a friend.
Yeah,
I feel like Sir Edward should have tea with him.
I think you should have
Okay, Tom.
some sort of hard alcohol.
Sir Edward is more of a wine person.
What type of wine?
What type of wine? Red.
Really?
Yes.
Does he chill it?
Yes.
Okay.
I love this dog man so much.
Is that Anubis?
Yes.
He does have quite the fascination with blood.
I love him so much.
Does he drink it?
He's never tried, but has considered it.
Well, haven't we all?
It's like they don't have earmuffs for him. He got some advantages.
He grew up in a family that would not approve of him doing such action.
Have you met someone who would approve of you drinking blood?
Yes, you.
Well, no. It depends on what type of blood and how safe it is. You can't just drink animal blood.
I have an immunity to poison. I want the hard bit.
A.B.? That's hard blood.
The blood of somebody who's been drinking.
They drink so much alcohol it's in their blood, and that's what Sir Edward wants.
No, I'd rather be full of LSDs.
Really?
You just see
Let's
Sir
go.
Edward at a
Let's
rave
go.
going around. Sir Edward is currently full of
I exist.
And so
It
is
is,
Duchess.
It is very common for people like me who are immune to poisons to challenge each other to see who's the more immune.
That just reminds me of
Can't you
someone from
measure
Star.
immunity? How do you measure immunity?
By whether or not you can deceive them or not.
Mosquito test.
Really?
You hear about
How do you
the one
define
rock bar or
poison?
whatever?
Because isn't all medicine just carefully applied poison? So would
I did not
ever
hear a
give
single
you
word of that.
ibuprofen?
The answer is yes. Yeah, what?
Or they're playing with fire again.
Yeah, light, bitch.
Why are you cursing?
Such a fancy microphone setup.
I know.
Yeah, look at him.
Like, look at
It's
this.
good. It's not good.
Yes, but it looks fancy.
And that's
Put anything on a stand and it looks fancy.
You make me want to pull out my blue and set it up.
Her blue is bad.
I missed the Blue Yeti era.
Yeah,
I just want to put a mic in a cup.
I still have the blue Yeti. That's what I'm talking about.
Are we all ready? Okay.
Well, I exist, and
Hold on, I forgot my wand.
Are your legs better? Are you alive?
oh, my legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 3 weeks out from surgery, so they swell, and I'm living in compression garments. You know, they're so sexy. But it's improving, and I'm also not living on ibuprofen anymore, so this is a positive.
I'm glad to hear it.
How is everybody else?
Well, Heather and I are no longer covacious.
Yay!
How about you, Will?
At least not that kind of contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was about like the same time period, so I'm
Because you gave it
almost done as well.
You gave it to him.
Will was a plague rat.
I don't know how Morgan survived.
I don't know.
They were only here for 2
I'm
periods.
special. I'm just built different.
I got so convinced because you had to take a negative. You had to have a negative test to get back into America. So we tested negative. So
What test was it?
It was a COVID test.
Oh, no, was it like the fast one, or, you know, how
like an official like antigen from the like Dublin airport. Like they did it on the airport or whatever, or a building dedicated to it. So
Right.
it's kind of in between. It's so stupid. Those Jacksonville people.
I've
Like
heard
Jacksonville.
that the rapid COVID tests are less accurate than some other ones.
Mhm.
But
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the precise dates, of course.
we'll likely never get it.
Percy couldn't speak.
I completely lost my voice.
That's a charming thing to say as the DM starting the session.
I know. We're like, we're ready to play on Wednesday. I'm like, I literally cannot.
Okay, Percy was fine. It was just like a little bit of croaking and like dead and like vibrations. And then it hit to Wednesday and it was just like,
Anyways,
I am
Yeah.
terrible.
are we all ready to begin?
So sorry again for that.
Oh, Ray's gone again.
that's not fine. That's not fine.
I am deeply concerned that if Percy just falls over and dies, Fimo will be our DM, and
Oh
then
God!
that's the end of the world.
Don't look at my notes.
Heather,
Put
what
it
did you
down.
lighter?
Confiscated.
I like how you said if Nemo was a DM as I was lighting this on fire.
You see, children don't get to play with fire. Only adults do.
Are you an adult?
Sir Edward is an adult, yes.
That's not you.
He's a grown-ass man.
I mean, he does act like a child sometimes, but that doesn't mean he's not an adult.
Adults are just children parents got tired of.
What's
Exactly.
the legal age in D&D?
That depends on your race.
Well, yeah.
How do people age? It depends on their race.
Legal age. Like, what's the law for that?
Depends
What
on
legal age are you referring to? Consent or like?
Legal age to be an adult.
D&D refers to maturity, and so whatever it says when you are mature.
memorized.
He's a snake. Yeah. Legally. Look, Ray's back.
Okay, now what are we
I am back. Hello. Sorry, I said I'd be fast, and then I was not fast. But
It worked out rather nicely, though.
huh?
It worked out pretty nicely since I was a few minutes over anyway.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
We always do this.
At long last, we return to our land of magic and mystery. Where we last saw our heroes, they were attempting to solve a soldier problem in an isolated village on the edge of the Wildwood, west of the capital city. On the run themselves, they had few options, but when Bob was approached by a former mentor and offered the ultimatum, prove your worthiness or lose your power, you chose to go and help. Now, with victory on the horizon, you march steadily onward. But you took a quick break beforehand. Duchess and Sir Edward are currently writhing on the ground filled with hallucinogenic mushrooms, while the rest of you watch on. As dawn breaks over the horizon, and our two inebriated friends begin to come down from their experiences of the night. You all do take a point of exhaustion because you did not sleep.
Sleep is just a week.
Sleep is good.
But how would you like to begin your day?
Where are we currently?
You
Still in
are
the forest,
currently in the woods on the outskirts of town, a few dozen meters from the nearest house.
I was pretty sure I was elsewhere still.
Sekka is with the guards in the garrison.
Yep. Not privy to the hallucinogenic trip. Which is fine. She'd probably be, like, grumbling.
Well, that was delightful.
This day you are set to perform a false funerary service in an attempt to deceive the guards and convince them that the village has changed their practices from burying bodies to burning them. As you begin to march back into town, you see the stirrings of people beginning to awaken for the day. Laundry being strung, baking bread wafting through the windows. The occasional person passing by with a basket or other goods that they may be carrying.
What time of day is it?
Dawn.
Just dawn. Bright and early.
Duchess and Sir Edward, you are definitely still feeling some ill effects from your night's enterprise. For the next hour, take the poisoned condition.
Hold on. I'm immune to poison.
But we already established that these drugs do affect you. And even if it's
Okay.
not poison per se, you are still not in peak condition as a result of them.
I will accept that. Different kind of poison.
It did take like 10.
It was 2.
It was 2. I have like, how many? I have like,
You didn't take any, but you collected many.
yeah. I was like, how many did
A dozen, maybe.
Yeah.
Fimo took them in the sense that she, like, had them in her hands and then left with them.
Yeah. I can't wait to put this in someone's food.
You could do that. So, what are you going to do?
I mean, we got wood for the fire.
Do we want to get some oil or kindling? And when are we going to burn?
Well, when you spoke with the head woman, Rolka, the previous day, she said that she had a plan and that was to be executed this afternoon.
Is there a time when most of the guards would be free from their duties, like a lunch break?
The guards operate on a shift schedule. There are 3 patrols that operate throughout the day. The first patrol of the day would be beginning approximately now. And it would go until about noon, at which point the next patrol would take over. So the likely only time you're going to find no guards out and about would be very, very early in the morning, past midnight.
Duchess,
Yes?
do you happen to have an herbalism kit?
That is a great question. I love that question.
I love that question.
I love that question. I will be able to tell you
A great question.
a great question.
I
Don't think so. I'm British now. Yeah,
do not. Damn
I'm
it.
stealing your identity.
Ah, God, I feel terrible.
I feel great. Shapes and colors.
I like your attitude.
Wait, was my extra poison from the catnip?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Double poison. Double poison.
Mm.
I'm
Poison
going to
plus.
someone exhaustion.
I picked some medicinal herb a couple days ago. Is that only good for HP recovery?
You would have to make a medicine check to see how effective that would be.
Taking a picture of your pretty map.
Taking a picture of the new pretty map.
It's here.
What type of check would that be?
Medicine.
Wait, what's that? I can check, right? I might as well. Yeah, because I just have it. Why not? Only 7. It's probably bad.
You take the herbs out of your pouch, put them in your mouth, chew them into a pulp, spit them out, and then offer them as a topical solution to Sir Edward. And he gladly takes it and slathers it on his arm. It does not have any effect, however.
I have a medicinal kit.
Okay. Would you like to attempt to cure his poison? I did say it would only last for the next hour.
Yeah.
I'm not
I don't
really that
have to do
friendly
anything technically
with
until-
Sir Edward.
Till the afternoon.
Sir Edward can suffer. I'm not feeling that friendly.
What an interesting story.
Nice. So many dotted lines.
In this new edition of the map, all of the cities are named, and the road is denoted by the dot and dash line.
I see you've been busy.
Ooh, fancy. Well, I may be a little off, but I do remember that we were going to put some bodies somewhere.
Correct.
Like,
Good job.
I know I look like a body, but we need to find some.
Well, technically, we all look like bodies.
Yeah.
Because, you see, we all have them.
You're so insightful.
Mm-hmm. I know, I really
You
tried really
do
hard.
well in private schooling.
Did you say private schooling? Don't believe I've heard of that
Right.
institution.
Cathedral schooling. The schooling, yes.
Ah. I see. Not the
Professor's
first to tell
very
me that, but
strict.
unfortunately. That's not the institution I'm most interested in, but I appreciate the sentiment.
I like
Maybe
sense
that is
too.
that from literally a college degree.
Philo has a college degree.
No.
Oh god, everyone's loading.
Hello. Buzz.
I think we might be done. No.
Then they died.
Then they.
I need you all to roll initiative.
What?
Wait, what?
I refresh my page one time and you do that?
Well done.
Type.
Please tell me that was a troll.
It'll be so funny when they come
Unless
back.
you want an encounter.
The counter is a troll.
The encounter is a troll.
Oh god.
I'm hallucinating in a troll. That's what's happening.
Well,
Oh, what patrol am I on?
today you would be on the Dawn Patrol.
You good?
I don't think we are together in the campaign. I'm fantastic.
Edward is speaking at air.
I will attempt to trip Edward.
Okay, make an
I'm not
athletics check.
I mean,
Edward, make a contested athletics check with disadvantage.
I don't even know why I'm bother rolling.
15.
20.
Ooh, I actually rolled high. Hold on. Wait, contested athletics? That's a 15.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage.
Damn.
So, despite your inebriated state, when Femo's foot strikes out and attempts to bowl you over, you catch sight of it, and your body is moving before you even really realize what you're doing, and you successfully dodge away from her step. But as you do so, your feet catch around themselves, and you fall flat onto your back into the street.
That's just gonna lean over him and be like, you good?
You good, bro?
I love games like this. I remember some friends at school. That was very clever.
Is he still on the ground?
Yes. He just flops back into staring at the sky.
I still lay down right next to him.
You are an interesting animal.
I'll help Sir Edward with my foot.
Everyone seems so interested in me. I love the attention.
No, I shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. Bad people.
Do it.
Bob, I feel like you're breaking character.
I never said Bob said that.
Bad idea. Anyway,
You
let's
really
get to the
take
town.
a sideline approach.
You
Paul.
guys are in the town. You are walking down one of the two streets.
Oh my god.
You're
This
kind of
is the
stalled in
one
front
person.
of a house. Just kind of standing a few feet from their front door, looking at Duchess and Sir Edward sprawled across the dirt.
So how long does it take to set up a funeral pyre?
It's an excellent question.
I mean, we would have to go to
Have any of you ever set up a funeral pyre before?
You mean like our characters or like
With
us?
your characters.
Neither. None of the above.
Morgan, do you have something you want to say?
But you all buried a bird once.
Higher. To be fair.
Apparently, it was such a sad story. Oh. Very sad.
You guys want to go to Rollica?
She hasn't told us anything about her plan, right? Oh, only that it's going to start in the afternoon?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
What type of shoes
So this
is
is
Sir
supposed to be-
Edward wearing?
Sir Edward, what
This
type of
is-
shoes are you
Is
wearing?
this all just happening on a random street?
Yep.
I guess.
My shoes are fancy.
I'm gonna take one of
Can I
the shoes.
patrol that way?
Fancy.
Sir Edward, are you going to attempt to stop Thivo from taking one of your shoes?
I appreciate your admiration of my shoes. You can have them.
Sir,
But I'm only taking one.
Snakeskin leather shoes off of his feet.
Snakeskin on their shoes.
What do you think I do with my mold?
Bob, come here. Lean down a little bit. Lean down a little bit.
Okay, Bob leans down.
I'm gonna undo the shoelaces and tie it around one of his neck, and I'm gonna go down to Sir Edward and tie the other one around his neck.
Can I try and like undo the knot?
I did it like 5 times, and then another 10 times double knotting that knot.
Make a dexterity check, contested.
Me?
Both of you.
Might happen upon this on patrol.
Yeah, there's only 2 streets in this village.
It would be kind of awkward if
You
Patrol
finish
didn't see
walking
stuff.
down one of them and turn the corner and see all of your companions just clustered in a group in the middle of the road, 2 of them on the ground. And the other guard that you're on patrol with spots them at the same time that you do and kind of goes, Hey, what's going on over here?
What's going on?
We're having a great time!
Committee sir. Trying to get our act together.
I love acting.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because Sir Edward is clearly backing you up on this.
Okay, let's see.
Alright.
Okay, persuasion. Okay.
You're so kind.
11 with advantage.
With advantage, yes.
The guard kind of looks between this group and then like up and around and sees the otherwise largely empty street. He goes, Captain told us to keep an eye out for suspicious people. What do you think? He turns to you, Seka. You think we should bring him in? Just in case?
She looks at everybody. Looks at Sir Edward on the ground.
Smiles like
And looks back at the guard and just kind of goes, I think this is less suspicious and more just stupidity.
Roll a
Do
persuasion.
you want to see my pet dragon?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
So pretty.
Where did my sheet go? Hold on. There it is. Skill Hello, Persuasion, where are you?
Nat 20, guys.
Woo!
Yay.
He looks at you and he goes, probably right. And kind of like skirts around all of you and just kind of like nudges Sir Edward in the shoulder with the toe of his boot before continuing on down the road.
Second's a couple steps. Like, thank you.
Nice to meet you, friends!
Second's a couple steps behind him and she looks back at all of you just like, what?
I'm gonna bring up a little mushroom. I'm gonna show a little white mushroom.
It's like, no lecture needed, it's all in the face, just like, and then she keeps going.
As you catch up with your other soldier on patrol, he just, like, as an aside goes, what is going on with these people in this town?
I wish I had an answer for you.
So back to the rest of you. Are you going to go take a... Are you going to go speak with Rolka? Are you going to go try and come up with a plan on your own?
We should see Rolka.
Huh?
We should see Rolka.
Rolka.
I also think it would be smart to see Rolka. Just to, like,
Sounds lovely.
assist with her plan and also so we know what she's doing so we don't potentially fuck anything up. We should have a bunch of wood with
I
us.
don't like sleeping with things.
Yeah, like 3 of you are holding like armfuls of wood, which amounts to not very much wood. It's like a campfire and a half.
What do you mean? It's a funeral pyre.
So you head down the street toward where you know Rolka lives. But you see that her front door is open.
I guess, Frodo walks up and, like, gives it, like,
And it
he's
is
like,
wide
hello?
open. You don't hear, it is wide open. And when you call out,
Wide open?
you don't hear any response from inside.
Yeah, the knock was more of, like, to signal that he was there.
He was just gonna walk in.
And so,
Do we see anything else, like any signs of distress, any damage to the house?
Roll an investigation check.
Primo is in the house.
That's the damage.
Frog is tentatively stepping.
Then on the investigation check.
A what?
9.
9.
As far as you can
Nine.
tell, it looks like a normal house.
Is there a table?
There is a table.
It's not as cool as yours.
Right! I wanted to play cards with you.
Hard?
With me.
Yes! I found some real pretty ones the other day. And I
Okay.
pull out a deck of cards and put it
Yeah.
on the table that really recognize. Look how cool these are!
Frog
Aren't they crazy?
Frog originally is just kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool. Then he does a double take when he sees that they're his cards. And he's like, excuse me, you mind telling me when you got your hands on those? He's like ruffling through his bag while he says it because he's like, oh shit, I didn't realize.
It was so pretty! Oh, they were so pretty.
I do agree they're very pretty cards, but it's a very powerful magical item.
Really? How do you use it? Let me try. I'm gonna start dealing the cards out.
You have to roll for each card that you draw off the deck.
Oh my
I
god!
forgot. What is the thing again? Hold on.
Ray sent you a picture of the table.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotta find it.
It's too late now. He's already brought them out.
This is gonna be really good or really bad.
Oh my god. And Rolka's
You sent it to me. I sent it in general, or like it sent it to me again. I have not seen it. Wait, hold on.
You
It's been a while.
from
I think
you can search images that Ray sent in the chat.
It's in voice channel. The chat.
Okay. Give me a second. How does this work? I have to roll for it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I have to roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a d20?
Oh, well, actually, I designed it so that you would actually use the deck of cards. Because I gave Ray a deck of cards.
Yeah, like a physical deck of
Where
cards.
did they go?
You have a deck of cards with you?
I don't know where they went.
I apologize if this is happening now.
Rogue is home.
Open
You really?
I found them.
Would have happened sooner or later.
I found them. I found them.
She's gonna kick us out of our town before we even do anything.
Okay. So, how many cards do you draw, Sir Edward?
I keep drawing until Thrug stops me.
Okay.
Red stops him, like, he, as soon as he like, sees him reach for it, he, like, runs over and he, like, tries to, I don't know, how,
Okay.
Picture Frog is
Both of you
hurling.
roll an athletics check.
exactly, oh!
So,
What?
Frog and Edward roll an athletics check.
Athletics, not sleight of hand?
Athletics.
Athletics?
We're not trying to be sneaky about it.
True.
That's a 7.
I rolled a 9.
You have disadvantage on all ability checks, but
Oh, wait, no, hold on, wait a minute, right. No, it's still a 9.
The second one was a nat 20. Anyway, 7.
so before Frog even realizes what is going on, Sir Edward draws from the top of the deck and lays it down on the table, and immediately surrounding you there is a mass of grayish-green flesh with one giant bulbous eye staring outwards, flicking between you all. Several more arms stretching out around it with an eye on the end of each tentacle, each of them swiveling and locking their gazes onto you. Frog and Edward are in the center of it. Is Sir Edward going to keep drawing cards?
Yes.
Because Frog failed the athletics check, or the agility, what is it called? Acrobatics. The acrobatics check. Edward gets to, who was that? That was Kylie left?
Yeah.
Edward gets to draw another card.
Is everyone else seeing this?
Yeah, everybody is seeing this.
Bob's gonna try and grab the deck from Sir Edward's hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Roll
Rogue's
acrobatics.
just standing.
Okay.
Rogue's just standing in the center like, Edward, what are you doing?
As he lays down another card, standing up, knees like clipping through the table, a 10-foot tall furred beast with a long snout and sharp teeth poking out the sides of its jowls and like slavering, drooping saliva down onto the ground around you with sharp, massive pawed hands at its sides, its bulging muscles pushing them outwards. And it
I
is
rolled a
also
15.
standing in the middle of the other creature that is surrounding the pole.
Is this doing damage to the house?
Nope.
Okay, I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 1.
Bob wrests the deck of cards away from Edward before you can pull another one off the deck.
I hand the deck of cards back to Frog.
Frog snatches the back with one hand and with the other. I can't remember how to get rid of the illusions. So I'm gonna have Frog take out his quarterstaff and just start like swinging around at them, trying to get it to like dissipate. And
Where
he's gonna
your
be like,
staff
"This is
passes
why
through,
you don't steal."
they kind of blur and shift, almost glitch on the edges, but then swiftly reform and fill in as soon as it is swiped through. And as Edward is sitting crouched on one side of the table, Frog is standing, waving his quarterstaff about, and there are two gigantic monsters standing in the center of this small living room. You hear from the front door, "What is going on?" And you all turn and see Rualka standing with like a loaf of bread in one hand and like an earthenware bottle in the other, and she stands frozen in her entryway. Hi, Rualka.
Frog around and holds his staff out and he's like, "My lady, I promise it's not a real threat. We're just having some
She's kind
trouble."
of standing there, and you hear her voice kind of tremble. She's, "What is that?"
They're illusions, ma'am. They're not, again, not real, not at all. Quite startling, sure. Not supposed to be in here, no. But
You see her.
they're
The fear falls away, but is very quickly replaced with fairly suppressed anger.
Oh god.
And she takes a couple of deep breaths, but you can see like her hands are still trembling around the items that she holds. And she turns her back and walks into the next room and sets them down before returning and closing her eyes and clasping her hands in front of you. And just looking at all of you. How can I help you?
I just imagine her standing there with
Something that you
things
needed.
around, just like,
I presume there was something that you needed that you're here in my house.
well, ma'am. We originally came because we remembered you mentioning you had the inklings of a plan to take place regarding the funeral this afternoon. However, we were planning to come and ask you how we should contribute to that. However, someone here, and he gives a little look to Sir Edward. I can't see Keenan right now. It's just the loading screen, so I don't know what the hell he's doing. But Frog gives him a little like side eye. Decided it would be fun to toy with magical items of which he knew nothing about
In your living room.
in your living room. So deeply sorry for this inconvenience, ma'am. Believe me.
while he's saying that, can I take a bite out of her bread?
She is standing in the doorway to the kitchen, so you'd have to walk past her to get to her bread.
Can I try to do that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Make an athletics check.
Okay.
I feel so bad for this lady.
Can we have Talus back?
It's a 13.
No.
Please, just
Rude.
come in that bird.
Damn.
There's a bird right there.
As the head woman of this village is trying to sort of collect herself and regain some sense of calm, she feels a brush of fur against her leg as Duchess kind of like sprints by on all fours
Oh my
and
god.
then reaches up onto the table, grabs a loaf of bread, and just starts gnawing on the edge of it. And she turns and she looks, and she just,
Does it make you feel better if they're high?
get out. If you'd be so kind, get out of my house.
You have a lovely
He
house.
puts his staff away.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, Fred, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
An intelligence check?
Yeah.
Okay. 10?
Um,
I need it.
as you're getting up to leave, you recall that the way to dispel the illusion is to simply pick up the cards again.
Excellent. I pick up the cards again, and I put them back in the deck. And I be like,
As you pick up the cards, they kind of dissolve into ash in your hands.
Oh, I see.
And the
Is it like a physical ash?
yeah, and the
I
images
scoop up the
that
ashes
were
into my
surrounding you kind of fade into a mist before dissipating.
Okay, cool. I clean up the ashes from the dissolved cards so as to not leave a mess in Miss Rolka's living room. And I give a little, like, and I say, of course, ma'am, so sorry to have bothered you in such a way. And he just kind of, I imagine he doesn't quite storm off, but like, have you ever seen an angry Animal Crossing villager? I believe it looks something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, he makes for the door of the house.
Okay. Once you are all outside, she turns and looks at you from the doorway. She goes, "You wanted to discuss today's plan for the funeral. Yes?"
Buddies!
Yes, ma'am, that is the reason we came to visit.
Yeah, Duchess still has the bread.
I'm gonna split half of it and give some to Edward. While we're talking.
I love
Just
you.
happened and she just... It's not worth fighting it right now. She... I'm retying the cards.
I'm gonna go up and give Handwalka 5 gold for her troubles.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Blankly.
Wow, the child is the one being generous.
Can I distract Edward by letting him like read a Fishman versus Sea Monster?
Wait, what?
Will that occupy him for a bit?
I love
He
the
gets her
sea.
one of his comic books and he just sits
Ah.
enraptured on the ground, staring at it.
So many colors.
But as Rolka puts the gold into like the pocket of her apron, she clasps her hands in front of her. The plan was to stage a funeral pyre with no actual body on it early this afternoon. Perform fake rites as we do so as to convince the gods that we are no longer burying our dead, or instead burning them in hopes that will convince them to leave. What did you just do? What hit my computer?
I'm sorry.
What was that?
It was a broken piece of wire.
It's not broken. It's the perfect size. It was for the rings.
I need to make some popcorn.
Rings for this.
Okay. I'm about to kid Walka.
And you can your own NPC. Whoa.
Anyways,
What were you saying?
Walka was just finishing laying out the plan for you all. So, what was it you needed to discuss?
If we needed to help with anything?
No, I've got it. Thank you.
Do you want a fake body? Or something close to it?
We're good. Yes. Quite fine.
Did any of you guys tell her this is just an aside about the guy who performed the rites who just...
No, we're not gonna tell her.
Oh.
We're not gonna tell her.
Okay.
Have we just chopped the wood off yet?
You guys are still holding the bundles of wood. She goes, however, If you wanted to drop those off at the pyre on the north side of town, then feel free.
Like put her arm around her shoulders and be like, "Your funeral man is so mean."
You see her face kind of freeze a little bit. She goes, "Yes, I heard you spoke with Isaac early this morning."
He looks like a goat, but not in a good way. I like goats. He's just weird. He was very
Right.
weird.
Had been planning to tell him that we would be faking a funeral. But thank you for letting him know for me at 2:00 in the morning.
Personally, I prefer Satan. That's my type.
We just thought it might be. We just thought it might be more, believable if he were on board with it. But we had no idea he had such staunch beliefs about.
Frog,
Hmm.
we're digging a hole.
Yes, I
Let's
can
go.
sense that. I'll stop talking now.
Let's go. Turn around and go.
You've ever seen a Satan? They're so
Thank you
pretty.
all so much for your help. But I believe from this point we have it handled. If I need assistance, I will be sure to ask. And if you could keep an eye out and make sure that any of the soldiers don't get into anything while we're accomplishing this, then it would be appreciated. But other than that, perhaps you should have a rest. It appears you could use it.
You'd like to meet my dragon?
I've met it. Thank you.
Isn't she so pretty?
The most. Yeah.
I miss them.
Fun.
Well, if there's anything else you needed,
Do you want a mushroom?
I'm good. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, then. Suppose we'll be on our way then. Thank you again for your patience with all of this. So sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. We'll be out of your hair.
She closes the door behind her and kind of like heads back up the street and disappears.
I don't think she likes us.
No, she loves us. She's so nice.
Cute observation, Phoebo.
Maybe I just love her.
Duchess, you'll see the way the world I see. She hates us.
I just feel like scratch out people's eyes and be like,
Look,
hates us.
Anyway, we should drop. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear everything you said when you were all good. Did she say to drop something off? Like where to drop the wood off?
Wood. Yes.
The piles of wood. Yes. Did she say where to drop that off?
The north side of town.
north side of town.
Excellent. I suppose we should go drop this wood off at the north side of town and then get some rest.
You're so smart. And like,
I like that
He kind of does
idea.
this, and then he's like,
Let's take
Thank you, Duchess.
all this morning wood to the north.
morning wood.
Why are you a southern pastor now?
That's how.
I'm a what?
I do declare.
I'll move my about to say.
I'm the righteous hand of God.
Please give me a quick say.
Yes.
I'll say.
And I am the devil you forgot.
Oh my god. I'm gonna start walking. I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
I walk as well.
Bob's gonna walk back to the tavern and go to his room and sleep.
And who all has wood? Who
I
else here?
think I did.
Well, that's
I'm probably
morning
just gonna
wood.
drop it off.
Redacted had wood. I had wood. And I think
Redacted has morning
I don't
wood.
think Frog has wood. He's too small.
The Sir Edward
He
album.
can't carry it.
It
No.
would have been
Yeah.
redacted and Bob and female.
In which way?
By the way, guys, I got my other foot tattooed.
You did?
You got a foot tattoo?
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
You're
High
showing
quality.
Nice.
Heather showing feet on my stream.
Both tattooed.
Sorry? Something wrong with us.
Guys, come check out my OnlyFans later.
Don't do that.
Can't wait. I'll be there.
Will you?
Anyway,
My toes
since
will be
Frog is not carrying a pile of wood, he goes to the tavern to go to his room and sleep instead.
Bob has wood.
Did you say Bob has wood?
Yeah, Bob redacted and female have wood.
Bob's, I guess, Bob will drop it off and then go back to the tavern.
You can keep in touch with Sir Edward.
That's, no.
Ray!
We're good? Okay.
Sorry.
Dead. Roll initiative.
Long live Frog.
Frog has died. He trips and falls on his way back to the tavern and just does not get up.
He is a wizard.
That's true. That could kill him.
No, he trips, falls, and then falls into a gutter and can't get out.
I thought it said his brain just falls like straight out. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, to the north side to drop off the wood and then back to the tavern.
Yep, you guys do that.
How long does Edward's poison have left?
Like 30 minutes.
Mm.
I will go wherever someone drags me.
Hey, Edward. Want this pretty shiny mushroom?
Ah. It is shiny. But last time you told me if I touched something shiny on you, you would rip my hand off.
I did.
Now, I know that you might be into that sort of thing, but I'm not.
I'm 12.
Why is he Southern? Wasn't he supposed to be British?
Is he British?
Every single session he switches. It's just
Perfect.
a rotating circle.
Oh, I do declare.
I'll declare gossip.
Oh, everybody's drunk.
I don't want my hand ripped off.
He's not drunk.
I mean, sorry.
He's
Inebriated in some way.
D&D Beyond is queer?
D&D Beyond is queer, guys.
Oh my god, they're just like me.
It's extremely rainbow today.
Wow.
You're just like me.
I like
It's a
rainbow.
corporation.
I love it when companies are relatable.
What?
It's even better because
Oh,
this
this
is
is where you're
where
rainbow.
D&D Beyond now.
Walmart's my dad.
Just like my dad.
Redacted Walmart.
I have
You
never
have a
slapped the
living, breathing
wall.
father.
No, I don't.
Anyway, so you guys, I'll say that there's enough time for you all to get a full rest before the funerary stuff later.
I'm assuming I am no longer drunk or high or
By the
everything
time
in
you
between.
awaken, all of your stats conditions are cured.
Sir Edward is going to wake up a little early,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and he
By
is
early,
going
you mean
to.
like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, early.
Sir Edward
Yeah,
is
that's what
going
Ray
to,
does it.
with a very terrible hangover, going to open his door and,
There's only 2
Lightly.
rooms.
yes.
You're all sharing 2 rooms.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we are. It's right in the same room. Wait, don't I have my own room and, like, off the tavern?
You were staying with another family,
Yeah.
but something tells me that you weren't going to go off and find them in the state that you were in.
Yeah, you were kind of following us while screaming.
Mhm.
So I'm
Listen.
going to get up and see if like anyone else is like, and make sure that everyone else is still asleep.
What time is it?
2:30.
And I'm going to politely nudge Rug on the leg.
Huh?
More.
He was
I sleep with Brooke.
that precisely.
And redacted. I
Learned,
got a little cocoon.
you learned to drown it out. Wait, are we sleeping in the same bed? What's that situation like?
I feel like you three are in your normal sleeping configuration, and then Sir Edward was like sprawled across the floor at the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
There's like one blanket dropped on top of him, like sticking out in the air. Yeah.
Wait, so what's our sleeping configuration again?
So in
Is it
one
like-
room it's Redacted, Frug, and Femo, and then in the other it's Bob.
Let's call the
Yeah, I
Wi-Fi
was-
position.
Yeah, I was about to say, are we like triple spooning? Or like, what's the deal?
No,
Because,
so
like,
it's
if I sit up.
Femo and Redacted, and then Frug horizontal at the top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I don't
redacted is
remember how to
probably
do that.
spooning female. Unless the female spooning.
No, I feel like you're back to back.
We're not close enough yet.
Haven't reached spooning level yet. Anyway, Frog snores himself awake at the feeling of someone nudging his leg. And he's like, huh? What? Huh?
Can we talk
And he
for a
like
moment?
looks. He like pauses for a moment and he says, so yes, and then he gets up and should we go somewhere there? We don't want to wake them up.
I agree. We can go downstairs.
Okay, so I guess frickin' Edward. That's, oh my god, Quest. Oh my god.
That's
so
cool.
cat.
Oh yeah, Heather. The people in my English class like your cat.
Thank you. I know he's so handsome and beautiful. And the best.
Anyway,
What a handsome
Frog and
rabbit.
Edward go downstairs and I suppose sit at a table in the tavern. How busy is it down there? It's like the middle of the afternoon.
There are a couple of people in there, but not too many.
Cool. Guess we just slide into one of the empty tables. And Frog just kind of goes, so what exactly did you want to discuss, Sir Edward?
I simply wanted to apologize.
I see.
For many things, but specifically, I want to apologize for an old habit. I lost many friends due to my idolatry for the arcane, and I hope that you are not one of them.
Frog kind of sits silently for a moment and considers his words. Because he understands to some degree. And so he's just kind of sitting and staring at the table. And eventually he sort of gives just a small nod and then looks back up at him and goes, I understand. And I appreciate your willingness to rectify the situation. I don't want you to be one of those friends either. And I would like to move forward with our best. I would like to put our best feet forward from now on.
I agree. Research projects. I would also like to apologize for my old habit of fear. I had never seen death before, And this was quite the stock introduction.
I can understand that. There's admittedly not much of a way you can be introduced to death that doesn't invoke such a stark reaction. I appreciate your willingness to forgive, because I know you clearly take great personal issue with it, but I am being fully honest when I say that it is a blight that I deeply regret.
I was hoping to make amends by giving you something back that I took from you.
And what would that be?
In my panic, I disenchanted the robe.
Ah, I see. I'd forgotten about that in the panic as well. It's really up to you. I understand that your magic is your magic, and you can do with it as you please. I understand. As hard as it was in the moment, I do understand why you did what you did. Obviously, I mean, like, if you want to enchant it back, that's your decision, but I'm leaving it up to you.
I think I should, just to make amends. And if there is any other sculptures or little trinkets you would like me to make, I assure you I will do them as quickly as possible.
Thank you for sharing your gift with me, because you're quite skilled at it. It's remarkable, really. Okay.
Very rare for people to give compliments such as yours.
Well, I believe that people should be rewarded for doing the things they know how to do well. And you've clearly honed your craft with much precision, so.
Thank you.
And as the rest of you open your eyes to the mid-afternoon sunlight streaming through the curtains into your shared rooms, head down to the tavern. You can now head to the funeral. Seka is no longer on patrol, and as such is not currently confined to any duties.
Lovely. I will make my way about and head in. As far as I know, she knew that this
not
was.
know about the specifics of the funeral plan. However, if you go to the tavern, you will meet them before they head out.
What was that last bit?
If you go to the tavern, you would meet them before they head out.
Okay, I will do that thing.
Excellent. The gang's back together.
Seka!
Let's go!
I missed you so much, Seka.
You're very lucky there are no other guards in the tavern at the moment.
Yeah, for once. She comes in, and I'm guessing, is everybody like trying to get ready to go, or? Hi.
Seka!
He was gonna run up
Hi.
and hug Seka.
Good to see you.
I'll point at her. You guys look like you're about to go somewhere. What's up?
Well, we got bodies to burn.
Fake bodies.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Also, is Sekka wearing a guard's uniform?
Yes, she would have to be, probably.
No, they didn't have spare uniforms.
Oh yeah, she didn't have one. Yep.
So she's just been kind of following around the other guards this whole time.
Yep. They haven't gotten new supplies, so there weren't more uniforms. So no, it's just her in her regular full plate and all that. I'm having a really hard time remembering how much she was aware of with the funeral plan.
She knew the basics.
The basic.
The basics. So is this all happening today then?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing that's where you're about to go. Alright, I'll be a witness. It might not be a bad thing for me to know and be able to corroborate what I saw.
Your word would be good so that the rest of the guard doesn't go digging around.
Exactly. What was going on earlier? You guys are lucky.
What, like in the street?
Yes, in the street.
Ah.
They were alive.
I would prefer not to talk about that.
An unfortunate incident regarding.
She shoots Sir Edward a look that says, "But you might have to later," but doesn't actually say that aloud. It's like, I won't ask right now. But I'll go with you. Hopefully we can get this entire situation over with soon.
It's been months.
I'm sure the gods are fun.
They are more, I don't know, more lazy than you might expect in some ways. They do what they're told to do, and that's about it.
Sounds right.
In their downtime, they play card games and talk shit.
My condolences.
We all. Who doesn't?
If there was a D&D equivalent for their total bros, that's the word that she would say.
Turn the corner.
But more about that later. I feel like you guys have been up to a lot, and I'm catching little bits of it, and I have a lot of questions, but right now is not the time.
You want a mushroom?
Hmm?
You want a mushroom?
No. No, I don't.
Wise choice, really.
You can feed it to Sylvan's Emo.
No. No, I can't.
I mean, you can.
Sylvan's in just food? He asked this silly question with complete seriousness.
I whisper into your ear, of course not.
I figured as much. Of course.
So stupid.
God. Got my hopes up.
So are we going?
Yes. We're going.
Autobots. Roll out.
We didn't transform though.
It's unfortunate.
Well, Charles kind of looks like.
So, you approach the northern edge of town, where some of you dropped off firewood earlier. And you find Rolka along with the other members of the council that you saw at your hearing, as well as several other towns members clustered around this large bench of firewood that has been erected. As you arrive, you hear Rolka sort of in the middle of a speech along the lines of, "And they will be sorely missed. The family shall carry on their name forevermore. Long may you rest, our compatriots." You can see just a couple of Crown's Guard who would have been on patrol at this time, kind of sidling up along the edges of the group. And you can see a wrapped bundle in the center of the pyre. And as Rolka finishes speaking, another person strikes up a torch and lays it reverently across the chest of the figure on the pyre. And as you watch, it begins to smolder and then blaze, and the smell of cooked meat begins to fill the air. It's like,
I'm gonna say that Seka didn't stand completely with the group. She kind of keeps a few paces behind.
Kinda. Lightning. Under siege.
okay. After the body has been set alight, you can see one of the, actually, make perception checks for me.
All of us?
Whoever
All of us?
wants to.
I can do perception.
I haven't rolled yet, but what happens if your passive is higher than your roll?
Then you have to take the roll.
Oh, okay.
15.
You said perception?
Mm-hmm.
Ian, did you roll high?
That's one, baby!
One.
30, 20. 18.
So,
10.
pretty much all of you notice as one of the guards lurking on the edge of the group leans down and whispers something into the ear of another guard standing next to him. And the second one looks at him, nods, and turns and runs back down the street in the direction of the garrison.
So Seka will see this, and as the other guard runs off, she will go over to the guard that's there and just kind of go, "What's up?"
Captain doesn't want them to burn the bodies. So,
Did he say the captain doesn't like Raka?
no, he said the captain doesn't want them to be burning the bodies.
Oh. Okay. And she'll hang around there for the time being.
The guard is kind of standing and moving agitatedly, fiddling with his uniform and with his hands, kind of pacing a couple of steps back and forth. And as you stand there, you see the one who had run off come back, and behind them, and then the entire platoon marching up the street.
Oh, God.
As you're all standing silently, reverently around the pyre, you hear the captain's voice ring out, still 100 feet away from you. And she goes, "Head woman, what is the meaning of this?" And Ralka looks up and she replies, "We are disposing of our dead. It seemed appropriate to change tack with all of the creatures who have been running around of late." And one of the captain looks and goes, "The creatures were here because of a lack of bodies. Now you want to..." Really bright flash of lightning.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
There is thunder approaching the party. This is canon.
This is my sound effects.
Whoa.
It sounds so like that.
How chilling.
To signify misfortune.
What does the red sign in the book mean, Heather? What does it mean?
The plot thickens.
Holy sh... It's like really...
Drama.
Well, that's a good one.
Right.
Our apartment is shaking.
I hear all of that.
You can see the eyes through the thunder, watching
The
you.
air is blue.
Whoa.
And now his accent.
That's some warm shit.
Magic.
Anyways, so as the captain says that, she kind of stumbles over her words and stops herself. And Ralka looks at her, tilts her head, and goes, "And why would there be a lack of bodies? Pray tell." The captain glowers. She goes, "You know why. You've known. You're just too much of a coward to do anything about it."
Listen,
You okay? Did you give yourself whiplash?
It looks like it. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Morocco goes, "I'm doing something about it now, aren't I? What are you going to do? Steal our bodies as they burn to ash?" And the captain goes, "Or I could just make them right now," and draws her sword.
fucking shit ass.
Whoa. Hold on. Sir Edward's going to intervene.
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Whoa, let's not get too hasty.
So everyone was hearing clearly.
What
Like we all heard that interaction go down?
What did you say?
Sorry, Ray, what was that?
I was just clarifying what Morgan said. So we all heard that interaction go down?
Everybody heard that.
Very
Excellent.
heated.
No roll needed.
And I just look up from my prayer book to hear that. It's like, oh man.
Brooke puts his other monocle on. He took one off out of respect.
Holding it against his chest.
It's like,
The captain swings around, her sword point leveled at Sir Edward. "What do you want, boy?"
I am sure there are bodies in thousands of other towns in this kingdom that you can use.
I'm sure you're
Why?
correct. But this is where I was stationed, and this is where my mission will be complete.
That sounds like a good
And who stationed you?
My superior officer, the same as any military.
And do you think your superior officer would like to hear that you are going about murdering towns for fun
I doubt she would care.
Well, I think that you misread me. You see, I am associated with certain businesses of which give you the equipment that you wear.
Have you heard about my
And if I see you touch this town, I assure you, you will end up at the bottom of a boat for the rest of eternity.
That's it.
Make an
And
intelligence check.
I'm doing suggestion with this. I'm using my snake tongue.
Let's go.
I'm
Is that a
suggesting you to
charisma save?
get out. That is a let me check. That is a wisdom save, yes.
That's a 2.
15. It was the 15 to pass. I pull out a little emblem, and it is a symbol of the Brewer Shipping Company.
Okay.
And it is golden, saying that I am a member of one of the highest class. And I show it to her. And I say, I really suggest you do something different.
Her sword point dips somewhat. She sneers at you, but turns her face away. Fall back! Save this for another time. And they turn and start marching back down the street.
Are you alright, Roga?
Yes. Thank you for your intervention. Certainly wouldn't have been able to take her by myself.
I think we should start preparing for the worst, but at least we've delayed them.
And that is all we can really hope for.
And I'm gonna head back to the gang.
Okay.
Well, at least I showed you what I'm good at.
I guess, would the guard that was originally near Becca have peeled off the rest of them, or because he was on patrol would he have stayed put?
He would have peeled off with the rest of them.
Oh my god, the wind?
It is lashing. Yeah.
No, by lashing I mean sustained in one direction and the trees are sideways.
Sideways rain.
No, not rain, just wind.
Yeah, we haven't gotten rain yet. It's just thundering and lightning.
Interesting.
It's so blue, I assume.
I
Keep looking out the window, expecting to see it storming the same here, even though you guys are so many hours
You
away
guys
from
got your
me.
storm yesterday.
Anyway, sorry about that. I just looked over and was like,
Nathan on its side.
I would say that, she's not on patrol. She's just going to be like, she's not going to go when they do. She's just going to stay where she was standing until they're out of sight.
Okay.
I'm going to go and take one of my hanging plants down before it takes itself down.
That's a good idea. Well, that's
Protect the plant.
the plant. Save the plant.
Save the plant. That's just gonna lean over to Sarah and we're gonna be like, what was that? Why do you have a chunk of gold in your
It is a carved symbol. It looks like a octopus with like almost like emerald-looking eyes and like golden-looking tentacles, and they're wrapping around different symbols. And one of them you recognize as the symbol of this empire.
He's introduced capitalism into my game. No! Kill him!
Edward, how dare you?
I'm sorry. I'm being world building.
If somebody puts on a hat, they're the Monopoly man.
How it is on this bitch of an earth.
It is really going at it out there.
Sure is.
What do you think?
What do we should know about you, Sir Edward?
I haven't heard you talk all day, Bob. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
I haven't heard a thank you. I just got rid of a god from murdering a town.
Thank you, Sir Edward.
Thank you.
Seka walks up as that's being said and says, if you did it for thanks, it was the wrong reason.
Well,
Shot right in.
well,
Starting into silence.
So Edward, they go like, oh my god.
he's gonna turn his attention back to Duchess and say,
But she is going to say, but well done.
he just nods. And Sir Edward is basically going to say, I don't like seeing bad deals, that's all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I'm good at making good ones.
I'm so sorry you said that. Sorry, I can't even read. It's just man.
Quiet? God.
Oh.
Milan's gone.
Put her down.
Return!
Wow. It's good.
Hello, welcome back.
Another episode. We still have to pick your group name.
We're still level 4.
Those bastards.
We could collectively vote on it at the end of the sesh. Or something.
That's true. Do we have contenders for the vote?
No, that's the problem.
That's like, do we have options?
I'm just gonna start calling you guys dickheads, and then it's gonna stick, and you won't have a choice.
It's funny, because in my other D&D group, our group name changes every session. Economically.
Cheating on me with another group?
I would never.
You're an arts person. This is art.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
How?
If you would like to join them, they're at KSU.
I am going to KSU, so is Ray.
I'm also going to KSU. How peculiar.
Advertising the Writers and Warlocks Club. Ooh.
Wow.
What?
The Writers and Warlocks Club at KSU.
I thought you said
That's what I'm talking about.
whiteism.
Yeah, I heard whitest warlocks. I'm like, what kind of a group is this?
I was like, Keenan, do you like remove me from the group?
Wait, what? I did not hear what you said.
You also.
Heather wondering if we needed to remove you from the group for being part of something called the whitest warlocks.
Writers and Warlocks plan.
Writers and warlocks.
Whitest warlocks.
Whitest warlocks.
Is this our first internet scandal?
Your group name?
Y'all got t-shirts?
If you got t-shirts, no. There is a single person named named Duke who comes up with
very interesting names for all the clubs.
Nice.
I thought you were about to say club as one person.
Yeah, the Creative Writing Club. No.
He
The
plays
Creative Writing Club has
Dungeons
called The
and
Right
Dragons.
Place. It's yeah.
How does he come up with titles and like different names? Does he have a process?
He is very much the type of person that is into things like Taylor Swift. So he just comes up with mildly cringy names that rhyme, that connect.
So you just think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's
We all just have to accept
I've
it.
never known that before.
Support.
I'm sorry for advertising. Let's continue in this.
I was
D&D
I was
Beyond.
meaning to ask if there was a D&D club at orientation today, but I didn't want to say those words out loud in front of strangers, so I didn't.
What? No.
Thank you for the plug.
Yes. It's at Marietta campus.
Oh, that's not the one I go to. I can still go to that one though. I live nearer to it. Anyway, sorry to derail again.
Go on.
I hope.
Where were we?
Well, you were still just kind of standing around the fire.
Standing around the fire.
Yeah.
That fire song.
What is the facial expression?
Do I see any other guards?
No, they've all returned to the garrison.
Beautiful.
Do you guys want to leave town now?
Do you think we should stay at least another day to see if guard don't
Let's check in with Roka and maybe
No,
Alf.
let's not check in with Rock.
I don't think
What about Alf?
We'll check in with Alf.
we can check. I don't think Alf wants to kill us. Or at the very least ban us from this town forever. I think we should check in with Alf.
Yeah.
Rock's the highest authority in this town, right?
Yes.
I'd like to
Oh,
ask Relko what the proper burial ritual would be.
We already know this. They did bury
Yes, bury them in the ground outside of town and allow the forest to reclaim their grave.
Yeah.
There's no like dedicated space.
Not specifically, no.
Hmm.
I guess
Okay,
that's
then.
all of the forest is. That's kind of.
So I was going to mention that. It's like, I think that this situation may have given me an out for the guard. So hopefully, I will be staying back at the inn. So guess you'll have to just give me a little time to get that handled. And I can at least go and get a mood for what's going on in the garrison. But I'm not going to hang out too long in case anyone comes back around. I'll head back.
That's smart, yes.
I wouldn't just take off, though. We need to make sure that they actually... This might be a ruse that has to keep going for a little longer, somehow.
Yeah, it would be practical to stay here at least another day just to make sure that the guard actually is staying nonviolent and to see if they actually leave.
All right, I'm going to head back before they start wandering. And good luck. I'll try to catch up with you guys tomorrow about what Alf says as well, and what I find out. Yep.
Okay. The rest of you going to reconvene at the tavern?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Brooke has not eaten today and he's in the mood for bread.
And bread they have.
I'm in the mood for butter.
They do also have butter. Unfortunately.
Did you say? Can you repeat that, please?
They do
I'm so
also
sorry.
have butter, unfortunately.
Even fucking better. Yes.
Don't you mean they butter
No,
it?
no, that's not. You stop crying. Stop crying.
No, the better part is I wasn't trying.
The butter
That's
part.
not even.
The butter part.
The butter part.
Anyways, back at the inn.
It's like 5 o'clock now, which is a reasonable time for an early dinner. You all plop down. The barkeep sets steaming bowls of brown long grain rice and stewed vegetables, as well as a platter of rolls and a dish of butter.
I'm gonna grab the dish of butter.
Does Bob have an ale?
Bob can have an ale, yes.
Alright.
You're gonna hear the worst squelching sound in your entire life, where it's like, as I reach my fingers in and just grab it.
Okay, the butter's not necessary. Good bread is good bread.
Bob takes a long drink of his ale.
And it is good bread. It's small loaves of a very crusty, but on the inside, very light and fluffy brown bread.
Fuck yeah. That's the shit. Yeah.
Bradward is happy with that description.
What was I gonna say? Frog is in the mood. Do they have sweet melon juice at this establishment?
They do not have sweet melon juice, no.
That's devastating. What's the closest equivalent or any kind of like fruit juice that they have at this establishment? He's not in the mood for ale, and he's in the mood for not water.
They have berries, and they have fugs.
I guess Frog will have a glass of fug juice.
Okay. You watch
What?
as the barkeep takes several of them and presses them. It goes down into a tankard below.
Pulpy.
It is very pulpy, yes.
Ray hates pulp, but I feel like Frog would enjoy them.
Frog's a pulp
As
guy.
he grew up in a cave.
Bradward is gonna take some berries.
Okay. Fugs are not particularly sweet, but they do have a very distinct, almost earthy kind of flavor. So it's not unpleasant, but it is certainly unique.
Is this a new species or is this just generic berries?
No, this is the fugs. You've had these before.
Oh. Yeah, we've had fug before. I know what a fug is.
Freaking worth the damn's had a fug before.
Bro.
Frog,
Well,
Yes.
you're gonna hear a squelch, and I'm gonna hand you some butter. You want some?
A clean rag just drops onto the table next to you.
I'm gonna wipe my other hand on my shirt as that happens.
Frog does not want to disappoint Fimo, so he takes one of his untouched rolls and just barely drags it along the top of the butter in her hand so that there's some on the roll, and then sets it back down because he hasn't finished the one that he's currently eating, and he says, "Thank you very much, Fimo. I'll be sure to enjoy that. Thank you for sharing."
I was gonna make a reference, but Ray hasn't seen the movie, so
I haven't seen what?
the movie.
What movie is it?
How to Train Your Dragon.
I have not seen How to Train Your Dragon.
That's
It's on my
I
you.
know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah, the scene where he gives him a fix for the first time. Just like that.
And then I'm gonna turn my hand over to cat ladies whose name escapes me. Duchess. I'm like, Duchess,
Girl.
You want some? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I gently push your hand away and be like, I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, really?
Let's turn to Sir Edward. You want some?
You can give some to Sylvans.
I'm gonna plop it on your plate.
I'm gonna grab the plate, put it to the side, and make it appear that Sylvans is licking it. And I'm going to turn over to Duchess and say, I did not know you had an intolerance.
Very, very interesting. The female. There's someone of the feline species such as yourself to be intolerant to such a thing.
That
I
must
think
be
you'd be more open-minded.
She's homophobic techno.
Actually, I think a lot of cats are lactose intolerant. You're in good company.
We are, yeah. But she's not. She's just a liar.
Can I insight check that? Hold on.
Sure, go ahead and
Oh my
check.
God.
Duchess, make a deception check.
Oh, fuck.
These states have never been higher.
Wow.
This is my deception. Oh my god.
I got a 16.
I literally, oh, there it is. I'm doing great, guys. I got a 5.
You know right away that she is lying.
But which part?
All of it.
Interesting.
You guys feel like twitching behind her.
Also, Kylie, the way that your window is lit up behind you, you're like illuminated like a saint.
I am a saint. Sorry.
Sir Edward's gonna lean in and say, you really need to practice your deception.
And I'd like pretend to wipe tears and be like, I can't believe you think I'm lying. It's like the most fake, obviously. Like, I thought we were friends, Edward.
She's like not even crying. She's like, no, it's
I would suggest that you trust us. Because if you are going to lie to us about milk, then you probably will lie to us about things greater. I don't want that to be.
Wait, hold on. You can have milk as I gloop up more butter.
You're out of butter. It was just one small dish.
I went to another table.
You so much mercy.
Dang it.
I was just thinking about like fake tears and the term crocodile tears, and I just realized this is probably the only group where crocodile tears are probably real tears because it reminds us of crocodile.
crocodile tears are like a trauma response.
Yeah, they're like extra sad tears.
Like you're really going through it.
Then I gloop off the butter off of my shirt and hand it towards Duchess.
Victor will lead towards Sir Edward and be like, actually, I was lying. Let's talk about that.
You can just say you don't want it.
I feel bad. She's a child. She's also a little scary.
She does carry lots of sharp instruments on her person.
She's tortured. We did discuss this.
Great. But
Thank you.
No, you sure?
Yeah.
It's good butter.
Hard pass. You can have the rest of it. You look hungry.
Well, Heather just fully licked her hand.
Oh,
I can tell. There was like weight to it.
Father.
Did
I have to go right now.
Method acting.
Immune system drill.
She's so in character.
I'll take a chip and I'll eat it.
Anyways, I forgot what we were saying before that.
Don't lie.
Yes, playing is
Not
bad.
exactly argue. I don't think we've had a discussion about just things. I've never met someone like you.
This feels racist.
It does feel racist, I have to agree. Just gonna be like, wait, no. Technically, I am a cat shifter. It's very unclear. I've never met anyone else like me either.
Are you similar to the Tabaxi? Sure.
No, that's fun.
We're cat people.
Here. Hold
You
on.
can tell that I have been in other sessions with people of other races.
Yeah, you were like, are you... What? How do I spell that? Person race?
Yeah, I think
T-
Tabaxi is basically just an
A-
anthropomorphic cat. Yeah. It's not.
If somebody in game doesn't know something, can they just like grab a book from Frog and just read it real quick? Like, oh, it's that.
I do carry a book of lore on my person. That's part of my one of the fucking kits you have to pick. I forget which one. So if anyone needs lore,
Yeah, probably so. I have 2 ways to Google it now, but yeah. I think,
It's like the Khajiit in Skyrim. Not helpful.
dude, I haven't played fucking Skyrim. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a little short. I don't know if she would have met anyone like that. No. Yeah, so she doesn't know either. She's like,
Very
sorry.
interesting.
Yeah, I got no fucking clue about anything.
And just, what is your, I don't know, passion?
No. I haven't seen a whole lot of the world in my
Really?
life. And I think, well, I know we've only been in this village for what feels like months, but
What? No. Really? Insane.
I'd like to
Really?
see more. I think so. I would say my passion is exploring and meeting new people. Despite how badly I seem to be interacting with them so far. Doing shrooms.
Interesting. And what skills do you plan on using to discover the world with?
My crossbow.
Interview? Yes.
Something like that.
What's your social security number, by the way?
Right?
You simply
I feel like
are
we're
an
on a
archer?
speed date.
A speed date?
He's like, what's your favorite food? Like, what's your passion? And she's
Yeah.
like,
I just want to know what class you are, because I don't remember.
it's you. First, they give me a choice. They were like, you're gonna join and you're gonna be a cleric. I was like, great, I don't know what that is, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I brought on this entire thing. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Percy.
Ah, that was fantastic. Okay.
Yep. I can't lie if I don't know anything.
loophole.
Doing great. Yeah.
You are the cleric of ignorance.
Yes.
You worship lack of information.
I think I did that one shitty prayer one time, right? Like, yeah, that's just why we're both bad at being a cleric. It's cool. It's meta. So sorry. Yeah, that's all I got.
Frog speaks up from his role and he's like mid-bite, kind of. And he says, well, I personally think it's commendable that you're working to improve your passion by exploring and meeting new people, regardless of how good you actually are at it.
I think you're terrible at it.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
You did shoot me.
I tried to miss.
But did you?
I'm just a better shot than you.
I think that makes you a worse shot if you tried to do something and you failed.
Oh, please let's not go down this rabbit hole again. I do not want to find another quote flower.
I'm gonna take more shrooms to be friends again.
There's reasons why we have to be on drugs to like you, Fimo.
That's that one.
I feel like that's really mean.
Well, after this, Bob gets
They
another
said it in Elven.
Why'd you only call me when you're high?
So true. I don't like Edward when he's high. He's actually nice then. Otherwise, he's just mean. He's like a southern white dad with a beer belly and a whip.
Jesus. So, what's Sir Edward's alcohol tolerance like?
You want to find out?
Drink off.
You're gonna have a drink. You want to drink competition?
Like 5:30 in the afternoon.
What?
Bob, I think your alcohol tolerance is very low.
What makes you say that?
Because as soon as you start talking, we will all know that you have failed.
He's so mean.
Do I need to go and dig up the drinking rules again?
Shouldn't we go talk to Alf and get a move on?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should probably do that.
let's do that.
Okay, real quick. Seka has gone back to the garrison at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a mood to the garrison that's
Oh, yeah.
notable?
Oh yeah. the
With the moan,
tension.
specifically the moan.
The tension and the anger are palpable in the air back at the garrison. The captain and the lieutenant aren't yelling, they aren't pacing the floor, but in their separate corners of the building, you can practically feel waves of hatred radiating off of them. And there is more than one soldier in there spoiling for a fight.
So, is there anything that she can overhear about what's like? Okay, listening. Is there anything that she can get a feel for what's being like? What's the discussion? What's going on?
Make a perception check for me.
Stop being so colorful and let me have my perception check. 16.
You aren't really engaging in any conversations yourself, but just kind of sitting back and allowing the other conversations to sort of wash over you. You get the general sense of some people are like, who does she think she is telling us, a garrison of the crown, what we can do on our own land? And others like, they think they can just take the bodies. I mean, they got one, but we'll just get ahead of them next time. They can't stay ahead of us for long. And generally very cocky, very arrogant, definitely not ready to back down.
That's what I was going for. Alright, thank you. And she'll spend her time just kind of getting that and digesting that for the time being.
Why do I feel like they freak out when you say thank you? Like that's not a thing they do. I could be wrong, but
Is that your son?
Yeah,
What is he doing?
throwing up.
Why? Go take care of him.
He didn't throw up. He was going to, and then he just stopped
Terrible
himself.
time.
Which song?
Quest. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
Is there anything any of the rest of you want to do before you head to bed for the evening?
Frog. Wait, are we gonna go talk to Alf?
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna talk to Alf.
gonna go talk to Al.
It's just about dipping towards dusk at this point.
We should go talk to Alf. So we're.
You know from previous visits the house that Alf is currently staying in.
Hot KFC man.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
That's what he is.
Anyways, you head down the road, knock on the door, and an older woman, probably about 4.5 feet tall, opens the doorway and looks up at you. She's actually... Who would have knocked on the door?
I assume it would be Bob.
So she is looking way up. Can I help you?
Is Alp here?
Yes, I believe he is. Just a moment. And the door closes. And you wait a second. And it reopens and Alf is standing there. Hello?
Hello.
Bob.
Hello.
I must commend you for your efforts. You did well. Can I help you? Is there something that you need?
No, I'm good. Fine. Come on.
No,
Maybe
but
she
you
needs
share
better.
the class.
We did so well, guys. Guys,
Just give her some butter, it'll be fine.
we did so
Give me some
well.
mushrooms.
So Nope, not gonna do that.
There are few who could have gotten the garrison to back down. Fewer still who could have done it without shedding a single drop of blood.
You have Sir Edward to thank for that.
It is always important to remember that the strength of one is nothing compared to the strength of a friend. You've surrounded yourself with worthy companions, and that is as much worth commendation as your efforts here. You've proved yourself. I do still need the scrolls back. However,
Wait, didn't you take them?
Yeah, you took them.
yeah,
Doesn't he have possession of them?
yeah. He's not going to give them back to you.
I know. I was kind of figuring that.
I do still need the scrolls, just because there are still students to be taught at the monastery.
What about a transcription?
I was going to say...
Say it faster!
Oh! You're supposed to be the quiet one! Bob!
Oh, I'm so
All
sorry.
times.
Gosh! You're breaking character!
I'm so sorry. I'm
Ruining
rusty.
my immersion!
Developing!
It's been a month.
He is developing.
He wants those scrolls.
But I was talking to Bob. Wouldn't Bob, respond and say things?
Yes.
That's not how
Anyways,
conversation works.
I do need to keep the scrolls. However, I have prepared a copy for you. And if you would like, we can do some practice of our own this evening.
Sure.
Excellent.
Should the group stay for a night or two just to make sure everything's okay with the guards?
I would recommend it, but I think for the moment, at least, things are well. Meet me in an hour at the eastern edge of town. I'll have a few things to show you.
Okay.
He smiles lightly and steps back and closes the door.
Good job, Bob.
My business is complete.
Did you level up?
Let's fucking go!
You will level up at the end of the session.
Finally!
Is there anything else you need to do?
I don't believe so. Just get done with this monk business.
I don't know about this training.
While Bob is waiting to meet up with Al, he'll meditate some.
Okay.
Well,
I want to leave something for the families of those people that are lost, or, because of us.
Okay.
Is there anything I can give them before we go?
Such as what?
I could give them money for whatever they want to do, whatever they want to use it for. Just something.
You could. Although their main loss would be no longer having a proper place to mourn those that they've lost.
Well, that's why I was asking about proper burial grounds before.
Yeah, you can't recover their bodies.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But once the soldiers are gone, they can return to their normal practices.
Well, can I give them money as a way to, pay for the proper burial in due time?
They didn't really use money here.
They don't use money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you noticed how everything here has been free?
Or above money.
I mean, some people have a few coins if they ever need to go outside the village, but it's not really a thing. It's a very insular community. It's an anarchist compound.
it's a cult.
It is not a cult.
Welcome to the commune.
Comrade.
Welcome to the conglomerate.
The conglomerate. That's a fun word to say.
That archaeology.
There they go.
Come back. Hey.
There they are. Anyways,
That was an interesting bloop. It seems like my internet hiccup. So I heard everything, and then it just went bloop bloop. So if I vanish for some reason, just so you know.
I'm still here, bitches.
Okay.
I really want to throw this. I want to throw
Don't do that.
this. Sorry, I'm having destructive tendencies right now.
Throw the sock of yours that's sitting on the table right now.
Well, I guess if there isn't anything else.
We're just gonna head to bed.
And then Bob's gonna do his thing, and then we're gonna leave.
Sir Edward is going to put an enchantment on Frog's robe that gives him defense against Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you all just kind of hang out, socialize in the tap room of the tavern for a little while. Bob meets with Alf in the forest. And when he returns to you several hours later, he has had the shit beat out of him. He's got like 2 black eyes and like blood running from his nose. And he's got like a bruise across one cheekbone and all the way down his arms. But he is also deeply pleased with himself.
What do bruises on?
I was just thinking that.
Darker scales.
Okay.
I see. It seems Bob is a little bit of a masochist.
Sure.
Bob will never deny.
Will never confirm nor deny.
As you all head up to bed, Frog, Redacted, Female, and Edward in one room. And then Bob,
Duchess.
and Duchess in another. Duchess, you feel something, and you know you need to step outside for a moment.
Like, we have to pee. Just fucking.
Do we notice this?
I mean, no, you're in our room.
We're in a
Yeah.
different room.
Yeah, we're in it.
Does Bob notice this?
Roll perception for me.
Did you hear that?
It sounded like a cat yowling, but our cat is right here. Definitively not yowling.
7.
A 7? You have already fallen asleep. You were exhausted. But you all snuggle in for the night. Duchess stands out in the cool night air, and we're gonna have a private conversation.
I mean, I can have a private conversation with Frog and Redacted if I want to.
I've had like 3 of these.
You're a little Mr. World Builder. That makes sense.
Yeah. I've been a little bit of Mary suing this, haven't I?
Needing capitalism?
That's not what a Mary Sue.
How about I'll drop off the call, and then Kylie, we can just do a private call, so the rest of you don't have to worry about going in and out.
Or you can just have a private voice channel and just mute them.
Aye.
I don't feel like doing that right now.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello?
Hello.
Whoa. Started music and I'm plugging in my computer. It started dying right as you were like, a private message. I was like,
Speak to me. Turn on your camera.
oh my word is. Oh no. Wait, I did not know what to say. He was like, what is your passion? I was like, girl, I don't know. I haven't thought this deeply.
Lying. Murder.
Having sex with you. I didn't think she would ever have a chance to be like, this is something I'm interested in. Like, she's like, other people are interested in. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I guess she wants to, like, fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I think he was like, are you this cat person? I was like, Kate, I know nothing. Shelby was like, look, I better. Shelby, what is this? Anyways.
So,
Okay.
as you step outside the tavern, circle around the back to
Taking notes.
the trees that are brushing the rear wall of the building, you lean up against the stone that makes up the lower portion of this wall. You pull the sending stone out of your pocket, and you give it a little shake to answer it. And you hear a voice come through the line. Daughter.
I thought it was gonna be the lady. No.
You think you get a direct line to what is Quest doing in here?
Of course it's snitching. Heather's right outside that door.
You think you get a direct line to the head of the cult?
I don't know. I know we're besties.
You're not.
Okay.
But you hear through the line, daughter.
I smell.
How are things?
They're great.
Hmm.
I'm having so much fun.
Fun.
And responsibilities. It's very difficult. They keep getting the shit beat out of them. They're very bad at their jobs.
And have you been discovered?
No. But they did find out that I'm not lactose intolerant.
Hmm. We have peeked into the going-ons in the village, and we can see that they have disrupted our operations there. But we've decided to just pull the plug on that one.
Is that literally?
It would be easier to just allow them a victory and ease suspicion off of you than it would be to prolong this conflict. This farm does not provide enough resources to be worth the effort that it would take to control it at this point, so we will be recalling the soldiers. I'm sorry?
What? How quickly will you be doing that?
They've already received word. They're gone already.
It might seem a bit suspicious because of the way that the soldiers were reacting towards the people of the village.
It's of little concern. The people here will be unable to connect anything back to you, and even if they seem suspicious of our agent's behavior, they have nothing to conclude. So, we will simply move on.
What are our next steps? What do you want me to do?
Continue to tail them. We will check in periodically. Expect at least one scrying per day.
That's going to be a little difficult. They're kind of watching me closely.
They
They're a little
can.
racist.
Yes. They can't see us scry you. I will be sending to you less frequently for the more detailed report.
And I look forward to hearing your voice every day, Mother.
Yes. For now, do your best to encourage their conflict. Their violence does more for the Nameless One than they know.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Continue to work in his name. I'm sure I'll see you again sometime.
Coincidence?
And the lion goes dead.
She's not going to say what?
No.
She's like, give me your status for us. Like, I need shrooms. It's great.
She might have seen that. Might
Should
have.
ask her spine for. I don't know what notes should I say. My mom is gonna. Should I say, mommy? Nope. I'm already writing mommy. She's gonna send sometime.
Yeah, so scrying is basically she can just look in on you, like see where you are and what you're doing.
Okay.
Sending is like talking to you. Like
And I can't see her. We're just like,
Yeah.
It's like a call. Okay. I would say she's spying on me with a little smiley face and encourage violence. Which is great. That's what I've already been doing. I love this.
Indulge your chaotic side.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's return to the group.
Group. Goodbye, Perseus.
Goodbye. Your son infiltrated my lair.
Wow. How was the conversation?
It was excellent.
Britain goes, oh, I guess I need to put more here. So basically, the only treatments for it are really, really invasive type, like compression and a lot of invasive types of lipo. So I had 10 liters removed from my legs.
Wow.
And if you think of that in terms of 2-liter bottles of soda, that kind of puts it in perspective. So, generally it sounds like, oh, lipo is a simple procedure, but mine involved an overnight hospital stay, and my legs are very sore and they swell if I'm up too long right now, and they look like I was in a car wreck for a while, but now the bruising's basically gone, so that's good. And I just got word that my second surgery is approved, and that will be on August 18th.
Nice.
So I have up to about 6 of these. So it's a lot. It really is. But it's a good thing. It's really a good thing. But yes, that's what I'm recovering from presently. And I see everyone's back now.
Everybody ready?
You missed a lot.
Don't worry. You did too.
Yeah, I'm recording this whole thing, so you can just go back and rewatch it.
I did not record this part because it was not on my computer.
Yeah.
The part with me and Kylie was recorded.
That's
Oh!
It's lost forever.
Never mind.
it. Would have been funny to go just watch the stream.
I was thinking about that the whole time Keenan was talking. I was like, you could just, like, this is...
I forgot that
Never mind.
that was happening at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm even more glad that I've taken my video down periodically when I want to set my lap on my lap, so I don't have that awkward down to up angle that just looks like Ursula rising out of the sea.
I am excited to see how I looked drunk for the first half of this session. Let me
Oh.
sorry.
Pretty fabulous, sir. Pretty
Yeah, it
fabulous.
was really...
Well done.
The commitment was there. Yeah, absolutely.
It was the floor that did it for me.
Yeah.
Anyways. Seka,
Yes.
you are awakened in the morning near dawn, along with the rest of your company.
Oh
You hear the captain's voice ringing through the makeshift garrison. Everybody pack up your things. We're moving out. Get out of this stupid town. We receive new orders when we return to the capital.
no. Alright. And I assume that the entire garrison begins to scramble to pack up.
Absolutely they do. It is a kerfuffle and a commotion all around you. Why has she got the face of a dragon?
Because I can't draw old men, okay? I'm not experienced in that. I'm getting better, okay? Ignore that, guys.
I depend drawing gills, Heather.
And that is Heather's type.
12-year-olds?
I was looking Colonel Sanders.
Heather, do you have daddy issues?
Okay, so Sekka is going to, in this chaos, grab the little things that she has, pack up the bedroll that she's been using, and attempt to slip away.
Make a stealth check for me.
19.
Yeah. While usually there would be guards at the door, today everybody is just preoccupied with getting everything packed and stowed away and making sure that nothing is left behind. So, with all of that, nobody notices a single ununiformed individual slip out the wide open doors.
Weird little side effect of being a high dex character. Yay! So she's gonna make her way as non-obviously as possible back to the inn/bar.
Mm-hmm.
And would anybody be up at this point?
Sorry? They would
Would anyone be
probably be just waking up.
Well, if they weren't late, they're going to be now. She's going to go upstairs and knock on everyone's doors.
There's only 2 doors, so.
Well, oh yeah, there's 2 doors. Knock, 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 knock.
But first things real quick. Morgan, I know what you're saying, but his personality is so good, and he's a priest.
Is he a gentle giant?
Okay.
He's a gentle giant, yes.
This is a separate conversation.
I gathered.
Sorry, I had to defend my honor.
Do it over text.
Heather has honor? What?
Whoa.
I have powers in this Discord. I can kick you. I can and will kick you.
I can bring
How much force
I would
behind
love
it.
to see you try.
Gary.
So, second knocks on your doors. You awaken to the sound of banging and the pale streams of dawn light coming through your windows.
Edward has left.
No, I kicked him.
Edward was never in the bed. It can't fit all 4 of you.
Edward, who are you talking about?
Who's Edward?
Never heard such a name.
Where? How?
Anyways, where are we going? We woke up.
You're going
Second-
downstairs to breakfast.
Second knocked on the door.
Edward,
Yeah.
you've returned.
Huh?
He's here.
I apologize. The internet ran from me and I had to go catch it and put it back in.
But yeah, she's knocking and she's standing in the hallway outside the doors. So.
He's gone again.
Away again. He needs to tie it down better. You need to tie the internet down. No?
Rain. That was at that time. I was sick.
Heather, stop. I will confiscate your iPad. Anyways, so you meet Sekka in the hallway.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
The garrison's packing up to leave. Good.
Great news.
Yes.
I made my exit quite quietly, because hopefully they won't notice that.
Do you know where they're heading?
Back to the capital, as far as I know.
All right.
They're leaving town, in other words. New orders.
Is Duchess with us?
Yeah, Duchess is there.
Okay.
In other words, it worked.
Mission succeeded.
Yes.
So, what do you guys want to do now?
I think we should wait until everyone leaves before we do. Or we should leave before they do. One or the other.
I'm good on the latter in case they move faster than us, and then we encounter each other on the road.
But we wouldn't go back to the capital.
Oh wait, duh. That's stupid. I'm silly. You're right. Pretend I never said anything.
You could go back to the capital.
We're not going back to the capital. FEMA has vetoed that.
I'd rather we didn't.
I'd also rather we move
It's
on.
always an option.
I'm still sick of it.
I'm sure I can find what I'm looking for somewhere else than that bloody place.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What did that just say? What did you say?
My bad. As she said, I'll follow you guys wherever you want to go. My froze for a second.
Well, I guess we have drinks.
We should probably have breakfast first.
Yeah, have
Good
some.
call.
No, drink on an empty stomach.
Edward doesn't respond.
Well, Sekka heads downstairs to get something to eat.
I will follow Sekka for butter.
Breakfast today is a sweet porridge and fresh berries and juice and milk.
Is there butter?
No butter.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Could I have a plate of butter?
you may not.
Try yourself.
Bob asks for extra,
Bob asked for what?
extra fruit.
Bob is granted extra fruit.
Yeah, I'm not granted butter.
No.
Sir Edward is going to give the bartender three pieces of gold for having to deal with us over the past few days, and just as an act of kindness.
Thank you much.
I'm giving the tavern 20 gold. Why not?
Okay.
Wow.
Damn, Redact is
That is-
rolling in it.
Generous. Thank you.
Sekka does not give any money away right now. So breakfast is what?
porridge.
You know, it did confirm that the guard guard life definitely not for me.
What time is it?
It's about 7 a.m. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Do I need to confiscate the iPad?
I wasn't doing anything.
You were.
I was doing nothing.
Why were you on Keenan's profile?
There's no reason. I was just looking around.
Uh-huh. I'm about to kick you.
You read my description?
I did actually. It's very wow.
Alice is a penguin right now.
I didn't think
Wow.
that. I didn't think I was supposed to read other people's descriptions.
Oh, the Discord description.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Looks like he changed it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Put it away. Did you just mute him?
Yes.
Oh
Other, remember that Percy's the DM and that you.
No, leave him alone. Or I actually will take it away from you.
If I do open it, it's just because I have to switch screens. Okay.
Joe, you're eating breakfast.
Surrounded crows for from an ungodly force.
Just pondering how fucking good the porridge is.
Well, does anyone want any new carvings? I'm frog like that little frog.
So what now?
Can you do
I might wait until I get a good piece of
Carving of
wood.
a what?
feather?
Of a feather? Like a wooden carving of a feather.
Yeah, I read a book like that once.
Is there a specific feather you would like me to have a carving of, Bob?
Female. Do you have a feather from time?
I have a feather of Talus.
What type of bird is Talus?
Our
He's a
Crossbrew.
Sure.
Oh, this was a person?
Yes.
Oh.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I don't know what Talus is. I've never heard. I'm sorry.
I mean, Fimo does have a bird, to be fair, so.
It's true.
I
I
was
was
more
like
thinking of
pecking
that
at
one.
her porridge.
Left some spoonfuls up for it.
There's a parrot on Fimo's shoulder. I was assuming it was that one.
I also have a rat in my pocket.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
Do you feed him?
Yeah, I
This
feed
is
him
what
both.
happens when you anger the DM.
No more rat in your pocket. Pocket rat.
I take the feather and I start sketching. I'm sure Talus was a good friend of yours.
Yes. Bob doesn't say much more after that.
I would like to meet him one day. And then he kind of just keeps...
I'd like to.
He's dead.
You kill him?
You know, Fimo, maybe we should have like a vocabulary of the day. The first word I want to bring up is tact.
Can you spell cat?
Like a Tic Tac?
Did Redacted actually say that?
You know what? Sure, we're off of monk business. I'm fine.
He's talking
Sir
to us
Edward.
again. He's talking.
Sir Edward chuckles a little as like, my condolences. I'll get to it right away.
Thank you.
And you can see he's putting a little more thought into the drawing now.
Just leans forward and is like, how did he die? Was it terrible?
He got eaten by a crocodile.
Oh, yes.
It was a sewer gator.
At a point, the Sekka takes his juice and gets up and goes outside instead.
I'm a smoker.
Was it horrible?
Was it awful?
Was it terrible?
You guys sound like Wednesday Addams.
Homicide. Well, I'm sorry your friend is dead, and that you have pieces of him, apparently. So sorry.
Well,
this is good porridge.
if monk business is complete, where will you go now?
I mean, I'm looking for an impossible cure, but I don't even know where to go for that.
There's the elves we can go to. We can go to Bretan.
That could be. There's been not a lot of communication with the elves. I'm sure that they've developed on their own. You could be right, surprisingly, Fimo. You could be right.
Be a fun change of pace.
We can also go to one of the Islands.
I guess we could head to the elves. Looking for a cure.
There has been much brewing up there.
I am sure.
Any breather from human heavy towns would be much appreciated.
With the bare minimum, we may be able to find some work. If that's your thing. I just know I need to make some money. Oh, hi, kitten.
Kitten.
Kitty cat.
Yeah, I have my door left open with a bungee to keep it from blowing, and Mr. Peeps just came in. But you didn't come in while it was raining. What's the big... You're so wet.
Sir Edward kind of like looks around and is like, well, does anyone else have any backstory quests to do?
People just keep listening to errands on
You do recall that the carnival members, Borag and the rest of them, said that they were planning on continuing south.
True. I gotta look at the map again. Hold on.
Should we see what they're
We can go talk to our carnival family.
As you say that, Borag's hulking form ducks through the doorway as he spots you all at breakfast. He goes, "Aha! There you all are! Just hoping to catch you before you skip town. Glad to see you're all here."
You truly do have the most impeccable timing.
I do. I'm blessed by the gods.
How would he know?
I figured you'd be up early, but not too early. And you would probably eat here rather than attempting to leave unnoticed.
It appears I was right.
Yes, but, well, we do also sleep upstairs, so
Precisely.
it's an immediate decision.
I've used my detective skills to put
Yes,
together
that
the
is
pieces.
A feat of sleuthing on your part, Borag. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, he can have this one.
I love Borag.
What did you want us for, Borag, again?
I just wanted to make sure I caught you before you left me again forever.
Oh,
Can't leave my kids alone again without even saying goodbye.
I think you can.
No, I wouldn't. I left you guys alone once. And I know that you're plenty old enough to take care of yourselves, but I would prefer you don't have to if you don't want to. You could stay with us again. Not that I'm trying to pressure you into coming back to the nest. I understand exploration is important at this age. You notice that he continues to talk about Frog as though he is also an adolescent, even though he is probably 150 years older than Borag.
Without a doubt, he is. He does not say anything about this, though. Doesn't want to break his stride.
You notice a tear starts to gather in one of Borag's eyes. He goes, "They just grow up so fast."
I'm still 12.
So fast.
We met when I was 10.
What a few years this have been.
Half the tent's on fire.
Only a third of them, Phoebo. Only a third.
A third would be forgiven.
I certainly enjoyed your company, Borag.
Sorry?
I certainly enjoyed your company, Borag.
Thank you, my young Edvard. I'm sure I enjoyed yours as well.
Not as much as mine, right?
I'm sure.
No one could.
If me Edvard's asked, I just ran away to join the circus, I guess.
You guys want to join the circus?
Again?
Again?
I would prefer not to.
Why not? You and Charles could make quite the show. And Sylvan?
Act 2 in his own.
However, if you didn't want to join us, which I understand, if you needed help in another direction, perhaps I could give you some assistance, point you the right way. I don't know. Where do you hope to go? What is it that you need to do?
I need to find an impossible cure.
I just need a job.
Well,
I just need consistent income.
I can think of two possibilities. One is the coastal cities. There's always trade and commerce occurring there, and there's always magic of all kinds of wondrous sorts that go in and out of those prosperous cities.
Mm-hmm.
So you're nigh guaranteed to find a job and a wizard somewhere about. The other would be the wilds.
It's where I usually hang out.
People are always looking for mercenaries, and you never know what you'll find in those less explored places. North or west would be my recommendation.
Mine too.
Does Sir Edward have knowledge of the coastal cities?
Make a history check for me.
I have not made one of those this entire time. Let's go. I will roll history. That is a 13.
So,
based on where you grew up and the business that your family is in, you definitely have a passing knowledge of all of the major cities along the Etherean coast. You know their names, you know their locations, you know generally what they trade in each city. You're not super confident in your ability to recall things like local culture or leadership or anything along those lines, because that's not really what your family was concerned with. But you definitely know the primary trade commodity for each one.
And for the one that we're heading,
You haven't picked any in particular.
Does this elicit feelings of positive or negative? Like, do I feel good about this or do I feel bad about this?
The trade community between the coastal cities is one that prioritizes conflict. There is no community, there is no getting together for the greater good. It is very much every man for himself, and any allyship that there is fair weather friends at best.
I sigh and look back at the group and I'm like, oh, yes. I would prefer to go to the wild, but I know I have better chances back at the trading districts.
Seka's gonna pop up and say, if I prefer the wilds, and she just looks a little bit like, she takes another sip of her juice and trails off. She's like, I don't. Where would you be wanting to go in the coastal cities?
Probably, honestly, where...
Sir Edward.
Yeah. I think
you would know that what the city that is considered the most magical, that focuses the arcane in much of its commerce and much of its power, would be the city of Sunbin.
Sunbin, is that the one we're hitting?
You're not. Sunbin is the southernmost city in the Etherean Empire. It is very far from where you are right now, however.
Yeah, it's right there. We're like over here somewhere, right?
I'm trying to look at the map, but it's so hard.
On that side. Yeah. Oh, oops.
Well,
Yeah, like
my best chances would be at Sunbin.
over here.
But that's quite far, so unless you guys want to do a boating adventure, and, well,
Boats!
I do have
You can
a
reach
little
Sunbin
bit.
by road.
Okay.
Can we also get there by water? Would be quicker by water?
Possibly.
Yeah,
You can follow the river down to the coast and then along the coast, or you can take the road.
You might be less. Well,
Where are we?
you might be.
You are directly west of the capital at the moment.
Okay. Alright.
If you have a little bit of naval experience, we could probably make it there. Or we could go on foot.
You have a ship.
The question would be what the best route would be. I can deal with Sunbin, but I'd rather not head any further east than that.
So you want to go on the ship or through the...
Oh, no, I'm just saying that I don't want anything to do with the far eastern area. If I can help it. If I stay with you guys, I'm already taking a risk getting too close. So...
The far eastern? Wait, let me look that up.
Cape Ann.
Cape Ann.
Yeah. It's the furthest east. I'd rather stay away from it.
I see. Well...
I want to take a boat.
You just want a pirate arc.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Does Sir Edward just have a spare boat?
I don't need a spare boat. I'm very capable of getting one myself.
You can build it.
How long is that going to take?
A flick of a wrist. What?
With your wall?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the decision, gang?
And to follow where you guys lead. I have no hard preferences about road versus water. So I have never really.
I want to see the ocean.
Have my river.
You're gonna see the ocean regardless. Sunbin is a coastal city.
Exactly.
I don't believe I've ever been to the coast. I haven't seen too much water in my life either.
Didn't I, like, play you the sounds of the ocean through the frog?
Yeah.
You did do that. I would love to hear that again in person.
Well, is it decided? We're going on ship to where? What is it called again?
We're kind of way inland right now. So...
You're about 2 days' journey from the river.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say taking the river would probably allow us to avoid the roads that the guards are on.
Yeah, if we do go on foot, we'll probably at least be known by the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty!
So is there like a town on the river that we should set our sights for?
First.
As a safe place to set off for Sunbin?
The nearest major city along the Temer River, other than the capital, would be Byriven. However, there will be several smaller towns between the capital and Byriven.
Okay.
I guess we're off to Byriven. I appreciate you all joining me on my venture.
Well, let's make sure that we have what we need to feed ourselves along the way.
Shopping trip!
You gonna go shopping here?
No.
Also,
Time to find another bazaar.
fishing supplies, probably a good idea.
Let's find another bazaar.
I'm not really a fan of bazaars. There's always things happening.
Eggs. You know how it is.
Eggs do happen at bazaars.
Is this something, like, is this like an inside joke or something? Wait, what?
No.
We've been inside a bazaar, if that's what you're asking.
Oh. Was it the one in the capital? I'm sure.
Yes, that is our.
I'm sure that one was a charmer.
Was very busy. Much
Oh,
to
yeah.
see in that summer.
I know all about Disney.
Well, are you going to set out on the road?
Do we have can we get a carriage or something? Or like some horses?
Not here. Borag pipes up. If you all are heading south, that's where we're going too. You need a crew for a ship. We need a ship for a crew.
That was a nice rhyme there, Borag.
That was not a rhyme, but thank you. No.
Well, I definitely would like a crew other than the ones typically associated with trading, so I would really appreciate that.
Of course.
Alright. And you guys
I'm
have
sure we
weapons.
can benefit each other well.
I guess we're off on our little circus band together.
Okay.
Suppose so.
There are children screaming somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's just Heather's mind.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, for a second I thought you were like describing the scene.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened?
No, in real life, there are children screaming somewhere.
That's worse.
Yeah.
There's children screaming somewhere.
Roll initiative.
Oh god. For the children.
I feel like I just denied you an entire battle.
No, that was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any wrapping paper left, so I couldn't have brought out a map.
I'll
Certainly
add
work.
Those interesting resolutions to conflict are the point of the game.
Mhm.
So,
Don't mind me.
Sorry.
Narrator, they all find you.
so you wait a couple of hours, making sure you have all of your things packed and ready, and to give the guard company time to head out onto the road and get plenty of a head start before you begin to follow after. There is no road that goes along this village, so it is a several hours trek to the nearest road, and that one leads directly to the capital. So you could choose to simply cross it and continue heading south. You could choose to go along it for a ways and veer off before you reach the capital. What would you like to do?
I think not being on the road where guards would be for the longest time possible would be smart, so simply crossing it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
How long do you estimate you should head south before you veer eastwards towards the river?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Let's see. What would be a check to, actually, what check would I use
Survival, probably.
Survival? Okay.
Yeah. Let's let luck decide.
Oh, I also have an ability that might help. I always forget about it. So survival is a 17.
Okay.
I also had a background thing that I was trying to listen. Or I'm just not going to be able to find it. It's okay, I think.
Either way, 17 tells you that probably 2 days travel southward through the Gentle Wood should get you plenty clear of the capital before you begin to veer towards the river.
Okay, that makes sense. And she's going to suggest that as the best course of action here. So
I'll trust the survival expert. I'm not one to know much about land.
it would probably overall be the best way to access the river as well. So it's like this point I'm comfortable with. I don't know how much I can tell you once we're on the water, but I might be able to help you with the way the river lays out. Hi.
I'll handle the water, don't worry.
Okay. So with that plan in hand, you set out your first day back on the road. Some of you heading directly back the direction you came from. But, it's better than standing still.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
And actually, I think that's where we're going to finish for tonight.
It feels like a good stopping point.
Yeah.
I feel like a good stopping point.
It does. Oh my god, we made it out of town. The backwater.
And you get to level! It's level 5 time, babes!
Level 5!
Level 5!
Oh, that's exciting. That's a pretty big deal, level 5 is.
Mm-hmm. We only lost one character.
Oh.
I'm sure that won't happen again.
Sure.
I certainly have more characters that I can use.
I just keep killing Keenans over and over again.
Yeah. My next one's gonna be a Victorian era zombie girl that just shows up.
Of course it is.
With the superiority complex.
Wait,
That's the
is
key
Victorian
point.
era in the future or the past?
I don't know.
Yes. Days of future past.
Exactly.
Duchess and Percy have no context to that at all.
That's fine.
Well, I hope that was a good session for you all.
I felt like a pretty good
I
session.
enjoyed it. Yeah! Shit got resolved.
It was good.
Excellent work. And now you get to begin your boat arc.
Yeah.
That's true.
Boat
Every
arc.
good set of adventurers has a boat arc.
I'm so excited. I want boats.
You want to be a pirate.
It's very
And I
interesting
don't
because
blame you.
I'm surprised you all agreed to this without asking me more questions about what I actually wanted.
I mean, why would we? We don't care that hard.
Most of these people are just going wherever.
Yeah.
Just vibing.
Mm-hmm.
So Fred doesn't even know what he wants yet. He's not one to ask. Or judge, at least.
I'm very excited.
Sec is like, I'm better off if I keep moving.
Oh, also, before we all sign off for the evening, how many of you guys are going to be in the Kennesaw area this weekend? Not like tomorrow, but a week from now.
Me.
It is going to be my birthday. If you would like to come to my birthday party.
Sure.
When's your birthday?
My birthday's on Tuesday.
But
Oh, it's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
This upcoming Tuesday?
Yeah.
That's
So,
exciting. You
what time?
said that your birthday was the weekend, and I was like, what? Because my birthday is next Saturday.
Oh, is it?
So,
Do you want to
Yeah.
celebrate together?
that would be cool. I honestly,
thank you.
fucking maybe. That sounds fun. I'll have to
Because
talk.
here was my vision. 1, roller skating. 2, board game and trivia night.
Interesting. That sounds fun to me. I'm driving my boyfriend down from North Carolina to spend the week with me. I'll talk to him about it. Would he
Okay.
be welcome if
Yeah.
he decided? Excellent. He's
What
cool.
board games?
I have a lot of board games.
A lot.
So we would
I
have
have a lot of board games.
So we would have to decide at the place and time. However, I do want to play Ticket to Ride and Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
Do you have the expansion? Because I have the expansion.
For Betrayal? No.
Yeah.
I have
the
every
expansion.
single Ticket to Ride expansion though.
Ooh. I can bring my Widow's Walk expansion.
Okay, cool.
What time is the party on Tuesday?
That's a great question. I haven't actually gotten to specifics yet, but I would say probably if we wanted to do roller skating, that would be at like probably 3 in the afternoon. And then
Is it going to be this upcoming Tuesday?
no, Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday. Okay, gotcha.
I have work from like probably. I mean, I don't know, but it will probably be from 10 to 4.
Okay, yeah, we can do after that.
So I'll probably show up at like 4:30. If it goes on later, I'll be at 4:45.
We can do laser
Where is
tag.
it?
You can do
Is
it.
it Sparkles?
It does, yeah, Sparkles. But skating and then go back to my house, and my mom and I are going to make like hors d'oeuvres and then get sushi catered. And then we have so many fucking board games.
No man.
And then my thought was we could write each other trivia questions based off of stuff that we know that we like, so that we're not pulling random trivia from places.
Like Victoria Era Zombie Girls. Superiority
I'll bring
complex.
I'll bring my Supernatural Trivia Pursuit.
Nice.
Because I have Supernatural Trivia Pursuit and Harry Potter.
Okay.
But I'm less proud of the Harry Potter one. I'm not even gonna lie.
God, when we did trivia at MomoCon, there was a woman. It was set up that like he would call somebody from the crowd and be like, "Do you have questions that you can ask?" And this one girl was like, "I've got Harry Potter trivia," and she came up and she was very obviously somebody who does Harry Potter trivia like professionally, like she hosts it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most toxic vibes. It was horrible to listen to her.
Their job is
Yeah.
a Harry Potter trivia host. That immediate red flag.
I was so much more proud of my anime trivia knowledge.
Yeah.
My anime trivia knowledge is.
There was one guy who asked questions specifically about magical girl animes.
Nice.
Too bad you weren't there.
Too bad I wasn't there. I have a wealth of knowledge of everything.
Alas, I won anyways, but whatever.
I'm still upset about Tokyo Mew Mew in the English dub where they removed his crotch line because it was too sexual. My man was wearing a crop top, and you can see his little stomach going to his, it was his crotch line, and they're like, "That's too sexual for children," and they just erased it.
The end of an era when 4 kids ended.
They also turned all the crosses into sticks, but because religion is bad.
No, the portrayal of Christian iconography in children's cartoons.
They're also using it as a weapon to beat things up.
Anyways, that's exciting. Ray, you're turning 20,
I am turning 20.
and I'm turning 21.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's nuts.
And they were cousins.
I don't think we are.
No. I was thinking about like more like just say their name dub where they're like, and they're cousins.
Okay. Excellent.
But they were lesbians the entire time.
It's been so long since I planned a party.
You have to go all out.
I have to go all out. Wait until you see my Halloween parties.
I love Halloween parties. Guys, oh god. Rug is finally over 20 HP, guys.
Nice! I'm so proud of him!
Yes, 22 whole hit points.
He can take two rounds of combat now.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Still instantly die to a crocodile, but they're getting somewhere.
That was an insanely strong crocodile. That was an
He did crit, so.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sekka's chilling over here with 54.
Jeez, oh my god.
Ugh, disgusting.
Fighters.
I don't have to say it like that.
Yep, fighters.
When I level up.
Sir Edward rolled well. He's at 38.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice.
But I basically have like 2 other creatures with me, so they add up.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 37.
37. If I remember, that and an extra attack is all I get level. I don't have much to update.
And I get 2 3rd level spells.
Also, it's a house rule for me that if you roll a 1 on your HP, then you get to re-roll the die. I mean, getting a 2 still sucks, but it's better than a 1.
Yeah. That's a great house rule because you can very easily go through and end up with the 2 suck enough, but a 1, if you went all your statistically improbable, but I've seen similar things happen where it's like, oh, I rolled a 2 and a 1 and a 1 and a 6. Okay, guess I'm screwed.
Look at this.
Yeah, that
I
was,
just
that was the most, I think that was the most non-level in some ways for me.
The one that's open.
I didn't have to level anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you a fighter?
Yeah.
You have 2 attacks now.
Yeah, I got an extra attack, but I didn't have to choose anything.
Yeah.
Hit points, extra attack. I'm not really complaining about that. That just means...
What feat did you choose at level 3?
Oh, I didn't get a feat.
Oh, you got ability score?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But, she has plenty going for her, so... I just wish... Kitten, what's wrong? I just wish that it did more than D4, and yet it makes perfect sense that they don't, because why would they? Okay.
I'm really in the stream now.
Well, you don't need to do that.
No more recording. I am